Hey YouTube. Well, I'm here to talk about Greenleaf. So, Greenleaf Season 2, Episode 6. There's something very disturbing about this because at the end of this episode, they said there's only 2 episodes left. Now, how can there be 2 episodes left? Don't most seasons television run at least 13 episodes? Why would they be stopping it at 8? I don't understand that. Maybe it's a mistake. I don't know. But I feel very cheated if it's only going to go on 8 episodes. So anyway, so it starts off. This is episode 6. It starts off, Sofia is considering a college, right? So she's got to be about 18, 19 years old. She wants to go to a college near where they live. Her mother wants her to consider other options. Sofia is so she presents in the beginning. So Sofia is primarily interested in the religious studies, and Grace doesn't seem to like that idea. She doesn't seem to be. We get the impression that Grace does not want her to pursue ministry as a career. That's what I'm left with. So, anyway, she's just saying to keep your options open. She's also about to celebrate her birthday, Sofia. Okay, next scene is the lawyers are meeting with Kevin and Charity. They're discussing ironing out the details of their divorce. Okay. In the course of this, it seems to be, I'm not even trying to say the word, accidental, or there seemed to be an agreement until Charity drops this bomb that she will be spending a lot of time in Nashville. So the custody becomes a problem now. So Kevin gets upset because he says, you're going to go up, spend time with that dude. And she doesn't say it then, but it's supposed to be about her career. She's going to be songwriting for this record company. But she's going to be spending a lot more time in Nashville. Now, I'm not clear that means that she will want him to keep the baby more, or the baby will be going with her every time and be away from him. But anyway, it's a problem. All right, then, Grace has been seeing her little boyfriend, who is a mystery because he is a reporter. He is an investigative reporter who has been reporting on the Greenleaf family. At some point they met, they started dating, but it appears to be a sincere, he's dating her. But this episode brings into question what his motives are. Okay, so she brings up that they're having this big party for Sofia, this big birthday party, and she invites him to the event. This would also mean meeting the Greenleafs, meeting the family. Now they're aware of him because he's been writing stories on kind of scandalous stories in the family, but he has not spent any social time with them. So she invites him. She takes it to her father. And her father says, "Oh, I'm glad you're seeing somebody, baby. Oh, that's nice. You need to see somebody. That's sweet. Do I know the man? What's his name?" And she tells him this dude's name. I think, what is his name? Darius Nash. So when he says that name, his attitude changes. So she said, "Let me think on that." He comes back with, "No." Your mom says no. She says, oh, well, thank you for at least asking her. And she said, "I didn't ask her." So they're not going to have that particular man. He don't want him in his house, so he's uninvited to the party. She has to tell him, and this is where the writing gets a little sketchy to me, because when she tells him that she disinvites him, say the father doesn't want it, although she's a grown ass woman and it's her child. Just take your party somewhere else. if they're not down with your choices. But anyway, so she has to tell him, and he says immediately, "Why don't we just be friends?" Wait a minute. If I'm interested in someone, I'm dating someone, just by being disinvited to this birthday party would make me instantly on a dime change course, and now we're going to be just friends. He's just going to break it off. I think that writing there was sketchy, rushed. Maybe they're going to spring some, although they got to do it in 2 episodes, spring something on us about his motives. Perhaps he was trying to get close to her for the sake of a story or something. I don't know, but he sure did turn on her quick. So just the scene before that, he was helping her pick out a car for her daughter. Anyway, so according to this, he calls it off. He wants to just be friends. Okay. Jacob comes across something. He's looking for people within the church that have money who can help them out with these legal fees and things that they're coming across, trying to do away with these restrictions. Anyway, they lead to people with money. So he discovers this person who is a regular donor to the church. This guy's name is Bassy. No, the guy's name is Bass Reeves. So he confronts Bassy Skanks about this dude. Who is he? Where is he? I can't get him by email. Everything comes back, return to sender kind of thing. And then Bassy takes him into his office and does this little 3-card Molly type trick with him. And I think what he's saying with this is that he's a card shark. So in this conversation, he tells them that this person is actually him. This is just a character he made up to donate the money that he gets from gambling. He is a poker player, and apparently a pretty good poker player. But he's also, to me, by him showing him 3-card Molly and Jacob and winning $20 from Jacob, he's showing him he's a card shark, which oftentimes means a card cheat. But he explains to them this is where the extra money is coming from. Okay, and so after he does this little Molly thing and he beats him, he invites Jacob to participate in one of these high stakes poker games of his. And he gets a call as he's saying this, and they need a new place to have the game. So they're going to have this poker game, high stakes poker game. I mean, thousands of dollars. We're talking, $10,000 hands and so forth, at Jacob's house, which is actually Bassy Skanks' house. They needed an emergency place to have it. They're probably used to having the games there. That used to be Bassy's house. And so Jacob's going to do it. He's going to participate in this illegal card game. All right. May keeps pressing Charity about what is going on in this divorce of hers, this relationship of hers, and off camera now, we don't see Charity tell May that Kevin is gay, but she does tell him because May comes running into the bishop's office immediately to tell the bishop that Kevin is gay. And while she's telling it, she just rushed in and told him that the secretary, bishop's secretary, is under his desk fixing some kind of Wi-Fi or something like that. But in most situations, it would be that if the secretary is under the desk and the bishop is sitting on the table, she'd be down there doing some naughties with him. But it is not that at all. She's actually doing some kind of work on his computer, because he's sitting away from the desk. He doesn't have his feet under the desk. The point is, she hears Lady May say this. So Lady May gives her a kindly warning, Loose lips sink ships. And the woman says, understood. Okay. I gotta sneeze. Hold on a minute. Okay, so next thing. She tells the bishop he's gay and she wants him gone immediately. Here's something that also I found annoying about this episode, and maybe it's been going on all along and I haven't been paying much attention to it, but I was so annoyed by all the way these people keep throwing around all these Bible verses in the midst of all their mess. Those are just the type of religious people that I can't stand. But everything you say, Jonah said to the lion, and back in, they go off and all this. Everything is tied to a Bible scripture. They do a lot of that in this episode. So I don't know if it's always been there, but I find it annoying as hell. All right, so May wants him gone. She jumps to her conclusions rather quickly. Also, poor Kevin just doesn't get a lot of love. His personality has been kind of weak up until now. He does seem to be speaking up for himself a lot more now, particularly when it involves his child, who they've got to come to an agreement about the custody and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, Bishop has already come back to well, I already talked about that. Bishop tells that guy's not coming into our house. Okay, guy breaks it off with her, with Grace. Okay, Kevin. Okay, so now Kevin is very angry, very upset. This is probably the most angry we've seen him about Charity telling May that he's gay. He's concerned that they're all going to believe now. They're going to all hear that and they're all going to believe it. I mean, he's just terrified by the fact that maybe he doesn't consider himself gay, but he's never said the words that I've heard of bisexual. He's never said that he's bisexual. It's always been this issue of him being gay or straight. And he's terrified of people knowing that because he does work there in the ministry. Okay, so they have another meeting. Kevin said, "Well, hell with it. Just sign it," because he's very angry about this situation with Lady May knowing about his situation. So, yeah, just sign it. Then he later he runs out. Charity runs after him. He tells her that we are not cool. I didn't like what you did. It's going to get all around. They're going to be thinking that about me, kind of thing. He's so ashamed and so about his sexuality. But there seems to be some sign of good news for Kevin finally. And I don't want to jump ahead, so we'll get to that in a minute. Okay. Kevin tells Charity, just stay the hell out of my business. He's really tripping hard about people knowing about this. So I guess this whole time that we've been watching this thing for the last two seasons, no one has known about Kevin except for Charity. So, yeah, I guess it's still a big secret that was just between the two of them. But I would think they were all living in the same house. Anyway, it is what it is. Okay. He agrees to the terms of this divorce, but there's been a twist put in this divorce proceedings. Put in by Lady May. I believe that's the last scene, so I'm not going to jump ahead of that either. But he says, I'll sign it. I'll sign the divorce. Just I'm through with this. I'm out of here. Okay. So Jacob agrees to have this big high-stakes game at his house. They go there. Now, I don't think it's just by an accident or coincidence that this man, basically Skanks, has showed Jacob that he knows card tricks, that he's a card sharp, and he can trick him up. Why would he do that? Obviously, this man is cheating. He's winning thousands of dollars. I mean, big stacks of, they're doing $10,000 bets. So, this is just a guess. Just my opinion. I think I just figured out how they're going to get rid of Basie Skanks once and for all. You know, he's got to go. It's not his show. Because people were not looking, they didn't say anything, but they were not looking pleased about losing all that money at that game. We already see that he's a charged, or at least capable of being a card cheat. He said he used to do this 3-card Molly thing. It was his hustle before he became a pastor. Okay, I think he's going to end up killed over this money. But, just an opinion, I'll take glory if it turns out to be true, because it's just a guess at this point. But anytime you mix a lot of money like that, a legal gain, him winning all the money, it seems to be going in that direction. So I think that old Basie Skank is going to get killed behind this money. Because he ain't going to let go of the bishops, so they got to get rid of him. They got to write him out of the script, right? We'll see. Okay. Sofia gets a car. So Grace is getting her daughter this new car. It's a new SUV. I forget what kind it is. Nice car. Very nice car. They have this big party for her. Yeah, so she gets this new car. Her cousin named Zora. Okay, so let me go with this. So Sofia has a boyfriend. This is why she wanted to go to that school, because this man is he attends that school as well. And Grace puts together, oh, now I understand. Oh, now I see. But she doesn't seem angry about it. She said, go ahead and make the application. It's at the party. So Sofia has got a boyfriend. Zora is already seeing that guy, that gospel singer, that light-skinned guy with the straight hair, who is Sofia had a crush on him initially, but he liked Zora. So him and Zora are together, and now Sofia with her new boyfriend. They go out, you know, for a little night on the town, one night until 11 o'clock. Take the car out for the first time with the parents' blessing, but Zora doesn't take them to the bowling alley. They said they were going to go to the bowling alley. Zora takes them to the club, but Grace, Sofia won't go in the club. See, Sofia is getting this. She's a new religious convert, and so she is getting all very pulled up about these Christian ways. You know, she's doing all this Bible quoting and stuff, which I find so annoying as well. But she's grown up, and she's grown up religious. Recent convert. She refuses to go in the club, and she goes off on Zora for bringing her there, and for spending so much time with this boy, where she can't even spare her birthday night for her. They're cousins. They're best friends. This is all in earshot of the boys, both the boys, right? Okay. Just before that happens, when they're still at the party, I missed this part. Grace asks Kevin and Arron to go out into the car and put this big bow on this SUV that she's giving to her daughter, right? And now, a friend of mine told me this last week. I didn't see it, but there's energy between Arron and Kevin, which we see when they're tying the bow on this car. And Arron invites Kevin that after all this all of this divorce stuff is over and all this settles, if you ever want to call me to talk about anything, you know, with the looks and all this, feel free to call me. I don't know why he should be attracted to Kevin, because Kevin is not showing a lot of personality. He's showing a very conflicted, mixed up person, because he doesn't, you know, he doesn't even really talk to this guy. But maybe something physical, you know. I guess that's kind of the way You can't help who you're attracted to. But Arron is obviously attracted to Kevin. That's where they leave it. Now, the Lady May, Charity confronts Lady May in a private room about her interference in her divorce. She says, you put that clause in, you gave Arron that clause to put in my divorce agreement. What Lady May has done, she has put it in there that, I guess Kevin's been treated pretty fairly for most of it. He gets $1,100 a month alimony, because she's worth a lot more money than he is. And they keep each other's, whatever he brought into the marriage kind of thing. And he gets visitation. Yeah, but Lady May has got him put this clause in there that they can fire him. Oh, and he retains his job at church, whatever. She put this clause in there. It's not her divorce now. This is something she told this boy, the lawyer, that they have the option of firing. If they ever fire him, he cannot bring suit against the church. So Lady May, she already said what she wanted. She wanted him gone. Just instantly. That's your issue, you're gone. I don't want you in our lives. She's setting it up, and Charity peeps it. Okay, my mother is going to get rid of Kevin. That's why she put the clause in there, that if he is to get fired, he has to leave. There's no liability there at all. And so she gets her whole spiel about how she's protecting the family and all this kind of stuff. So Lady May is this whole anyway, we have to see how it plays out. But I find it mildly irritating that there's only 2 episodes left. I'm hoping that's some kind of mistake, or are they doing one of these Empire things where they have a break for some reason? But they said only 2 more episodes to this season, so okay, we'll see. They got if Kevin's gonna be with this guy Arron, they're gonna have to whip this love affair together real quick. Maybe they'll just drop that as the last scene. They got to kill Basie Skanks, or something's got to happen with all this money. I'm sure that's gonna happen, but we'll see. Later. See you next week, people.